Hi everyone. So I've been getting asked this more and more because I brought it up a few times, why I decided to go vegan and use more vegan products, make my channel more strict when it comes to being cruelty free and whatnot. A lot of you guys have been asking me, why did you decide to do that? I want more information on the subject. So I figured I would share that with you today. There are so many advantages to being vegetarian or vegan, and I think everybody's got sort of their own response or reason to this. So anybody who chooses to do this video is going to have a completely different answer, but I actually do like to watch these vids when people who are vegetarian and vegan do answer the question, because it's so personal and so unique. And I feel that each individual who does make this decision to transition into a plant-based lifestyle, it's really just a very personal and unique, beautiful decision. I myself have many reasons to want to be vegan. Number one, I feel super healthy, so there's the health aspect. Number two, when you feel healthy, you look healthy. So number two, being involved in customer service, you do want to look good and feel good from the inside out. So honestly, I don't feel deprived because it's also coming from within. What you feel inside is going to radiate from the outside. So there's also the external aspect as well as the internal aspect. Number three, there's the animal rights aspect. I just don't really care for the idea of hurting another living creature for some beauty products or even my own lunch. It doesn't make sense to me to want to go out of my way to buy those products when I know what went into it, when I know that there was pain, suffering behind it. There's just no sense for me personally to use those products. Do I pass judgment on those who do? Absolutely not. That's totally your decision to buy what you want to buy. Do I feel that somebody is unethical if they buy a burger? No, that's your decision. Another aspect, some people are religious. I personally can't say that I am. I'm sorry for those of you who are. I know that there are a lot of Buddhists that choose to go vegetarian and vegan, and I totally respect you if you are. But I personally don't consider that an aspect of my veganism or vegetarianism. I just consider myself very neutral. And then there's the number three. There's the human rights aspect of it. Now, the reason why vegetarianism and veganism can help people too is because you are actually stopping deprivation of other humans. You are kind of helping put an end to world hunger. A lot of feed and a lot of money goes into feeding animals in these slaughterhouses, and those are grains and whatnot that human beings in third world countries could have, and we're just kind of massively over consuming and overeating when there are countries starving, and there's a lot of waste and pollution going into it. So that being said, you're also helping humans, and you're also acknowledging that everybody is equal and has a right to feel no pain. And then number four, that environmental aspect would be you want to help the environment. If you choose to eat vegetarian, I'm not going to say it's a 100% cruelty-free lifestyle, because you probably might be still purchasing from, greenhouses or fields, or getting your stuff imported somehow. However, you are reducing your carbon footprint on this earth by a massive, massive percentage if you choose to not eat meat. It costs actually more money, and there's more pollution in the world if you by the consumption of meat products. I'm not saying never eat meat, but if somebody were to even cut back on their meat, they can massively help world hunger and pollution by a very, very wide margin. I remember like all my life growing up, even when I was like a little kid, I would feel, I don't know, like a guilt complex if I ate meat, because that would mean that something died. So I could feel no hunger, and I knew in my heart of hearts that that was not necessary. So, am I saying was it easy? Am I saying, you know, was everybody on my side when I chose to not eat meat? Absolutely not. I'm going to tell you, they did not like it. So I'm not going to say it's going to be easy if it's something that you want to do. So if it is something that you want to do and people aren't being supportive, just know that you're not alone. Just know that sometimes, even if you choose not to eat meat and you say this, you say it out loud, people might give you weird stares and say, well, don't you think this burger tastes good? I'm not denying you that your burger, I'm sure your burger's fine, but I'm choosing not to eat it. So you enjoy your burger and I'll enjoy my veggie burger. I've heard a lot of people say, oh, that's too much work. Like, I don't want to read the labels. I don't want to deprive myself of eating something that I might want the taste of. Well, the thing is that I do want to read the labels. Do I find it horrible and hard? Maybe like in the beginning when you're getting used to reading the labels. When you finally learn and acknowledge the foods that you can have and you get used to just checking, I feel that one animal's life, they deserve that right. What I'm saying, I can check the label. It's not that hard. For them to just, not have to deal with the pain and suffering, I can check that label. Do I feel like it's going out of my way? No, I don't feel like I'm going out of my way to just check that label. I feel like that's the least I can do. So that brings me into learning to be vegan. When you're learning to be vegan, you will finally realize just how many animal byproducts are really in food. It's really amazing and daunting. What you originally didn't think of a Hershey's bar, oh my god, there's so much in there. Gummy bears have carmine, which is beetles, and it's just like wow, 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 wow. We're really living in a world that's very overpopulated with animal products in our food. It is basically a non-vegan world, and if you want to be vegan, you're gonna be extreme minority. Now, I hear a lot of people say, well, if you're vegan, then you're just really picky and you don't enjoy food, you don't really enjoy taste, and you're not really living life. I don't think that's true. I think that there is such a vast, wide variety of foods out there that are non-animal products. It's so funny, like how adverse people are though to plant food. You'll hear some people, everybody will be like around you going, oh, I hate green food, like, or what is that? Or, well, what do you eat then? And it's like anything that's not an animal product, there is such a vast variety of wonderful foods, and when you start experimenting, you'll find out that you can enjoy food with the best of them on a whole other level and just get super creative. Yes, you do have to do a lot more at-home preparation and cooking in order to stay healthy and get variety in your life. But the creativity that goes into that is just so wonderful. And yes, there is easy vegan cooking out there. If you visit my more personal channel, which shows up on my main page under Channels for Inspiration, Msccvlogs, and I'll put a link down below. I share recipes, and they're not hard, and I've even shared boxed food that's vegan, and you could make it super, super, super simple and not hard at all. Does it cut back on eating out? Well, it depends on where you go. So, yeah. I hear from so many people, you're not going to get calcium, you're not going to get B12, you're not going to get protein in your diet. And that's actually a massive misunderstatement. If you go to any channel, any website where it's geared towards vegan health, or even YouTube websites where it's geared towards vegan cooking, and you can find all these nutrients that are just resupplemented in a different way. And it's true that you can still get protein. Protein is actually one of the easiest things you can actually get in your diet. And omega-3, you can get that in nuts and hemp milk. seriously very easy. You just have to readjust your ways of eating. Another thing, health, you just can't put a stamp on it. You just can't put a value on it. When you are doing something that's right for you and you are living your vegan diet well for you, and that means real plant-based food, not just a bunch of soy, you are going to see results. You're going to get nice, wonderful, clear skin, clear eyes, a boost of energy. Maybe not right away, but it'll get there. Am I saying that there's no detox symptoms? You might experience them, especially if you're going cold turkey, cold cucumber, you know, you might feel some detox. So just saying, you know, if you are truly interested in this lifestyle, you might want to start cutting back little things if you don't want to feel a huge rush of deprivation and then just altogether fall off the wagon. Well, what about makeup? Don't you feel deprived that you can't, you know, have a Mac attack? Well, you know something? When it comes to buying cruelty-free and vegan makeup, those makeup products are actually better for you, more natural. Sometimes are paraben-free, which is great. And when you can come across those natural products where there's nothing but purity to them, your skin, your hair, your nails, they're gonna thank you for it. And you don't necessarily have to spend a lot of money. You can get vegan and cruelty-free makeup at a health food store like this. This is from a health food store. And I'm not saying it's the most natural one, but seriously, I mean, I get a lot of questions now, even more recently, like, why do your eyes look clear? Why do you look a little bit spunky, or why do you look a little bit healthier? And you know what? It's because of cruelty-free and vegan products in my body and on my skin. So if you're putting tons of chemicals and tons of things in your body that are bad for you, like McDonald's every night, that's gonna show, that's gonna radiate on you. And people are going to be able to tell. You know, when you're 30, you don't want to feel like you're 60. I'm not trying to say going vegan is the only way to do it. All I'm saying is, when you pay very careful attention to what you're putting in your body, it's not that you're obsessing about it, it's just that you're taking care of yourself. Yes, there are people who do obsess about it, but you don't necessarily have to be those people. So I've been told that vegan is extreme, and why do you have to go full-blown? Why can't you just go vegetarian? Why can't you just go GMO-free, gluten-free, organic, things like that? And the reason being is because there's really nothing I want from the vegetarian-based diet. I don't care for the eggs, I don't need the dairy. A lot of those things are already homogenized, processed foods to begin with. People who are lactose free, that don't eat eggs, live just fine without them. And pretty much those are dairy-based things anyways. They're man-made things. They are desserts often. And the human body just doesn't need harsh processed things to imbalance it. And not only that, but the human body doesn't even need meat to sustain it either. So to me, that was just like, you know, just do it. Just go full blown. I realize not everybody's going to want to go full blown. I realize that people are just going to go, well, I'm going to eat slimmer. I'm going to eat free range. And the reason why I chose to not do the free range, the organic, is because it's not as heavily regulated as one would want to assume. You know, the FDA and whatnot doesn't really control organic and free range that much. Sure, the soil is clean around the organic veggies, but then they put the cow manure soil back on it, which seeps into the veggies. So to me, it's the same thing, but you're paying a little bit more for it. So do I think that you can be healthier on an organic-based diet? Well, if you're eating fruits and veggies, you're going to be healthy regardless of it being organic or not. GMO-free, I don't know that that's really regulated. I've seen tapings of kosher killings. They're not really regulated. So for me, going vegan was just to stop you know, the gimmicks. It was just to void out those marketing gimmicks for me. And you can see those marketing gimmicks in films like Earthlings and Food Inc.